morning all. Happy Saturday. I hope your day is going well. I have a full day ahead of me. The first thing I'm going to be showing you today is how to can black beans. Very simple, very easy recipe, but you must use a pressure canner, a pressure cooker with it. You cannot hot bath the beans. So let me show you. First, well, here's my beans. I'm going to do the whole bag. You're going to wash your beans. I just put them in a big container. I wash them. I wash and rinse them at least 3 times. Just get your hand in there, move it all around. So when you're all done washing them, then you're going to strain them. You know, put them through your strainer. Oops. Alrighty, the beans are all rinsed. You can't get every little particle out. You know, and maybe you might even leave a rock in those beans. You just can't, you know, check every single bean. But look through it and see if there's like a discolored bean or whatever and throw them out. Third thing you're going to do, is get your jars. I use these regular mouth pints. These have all been sterilized. They went overnight. Okay, so the next thing I do is I put in an eighth of a teaspoon. I use my garlic, I use cumin, and I use crushed red pepper. You can add onion. You can add however you like your beans. Just do it. You can even put in some jalapeno. But a lot of the times, I make these into refried beans, whatever. So you're going to do an eighth each spice per jar. Doesn't have to be exact, just so they all get the same flavor in each jar. Okay, so after you're done with putting the spices in the jar, I just put the beans in. Some people soak them, some people cook them. I'm not going to cook my beans twice because you're going to pressure can these for 75 minutes. And if you've already cooked them, they're just going to be a pile of mush. So what you're going to do is after you put the spices in, now I'm going to try and get this as close to the measurement as I can for you guys. I usually just do by, you know, I eyeball it. You do not want to do a half. A half is sometimes just a smidge too much. So if you put in your beans and then you add your hot water to the top, so when you get your jars out of the pressure canner, if they look like they don't have enough liquid in them, that's okay. When you go to cook them, you can always add a little water to them. That's fine. So I'm going to try and get this. Let me see. This is a 1/3 cup measure. And I'm going to make it a little heaping. See that? I'm going to leave it about a heaping third. A good heaping third. But I know from experience, you don't want to do a half. Now, a few of my jars, when I did the half, a few of my jars, you know, they were okay. But like I said, some of them looked a little dry, and when I went to open them up, I just add just a little water. Not a big deal. You can also add up your cut up onions at this point, and your cut up jalapenos. Okay. Now I have a pressure canner that double stacks. I don't double stack with the beans. That's a lot of heat to get through double layer of beans. So I usually just do one batch at a time. Just for safety purposes. If you guys know your pressure canners and it works for you, hey, that's awesome. But I don't want to take any chances. You know, these are a lot of meals here, and I don't want to waste them. Okay, so you got your jars full of the beans. You got your spices. You got your jars. You could add your, like I said, you could add your onion, your jalapeno, whatever you like to have in your beans. Or you don't have to put any spices in at all. You can just have the beans by themselves. Okay, so now we're going to start adding the hot water. And I just use this, my same old measuring cup. Use whatever you want. I mean, I'm not here to tell you what to use to put water in it. Remember, don't go over the marking on the jar. You don't want to have it to overflow. You want to have a nice headspace with it. So there you go. There's that one. So let me get the rest of these filled. Okie doke. So I got them all filled. Now you just want to give them a little stir to get some of those spices incorporated. There you go. Now if you like your beans really hot, you can add more crushed red pepper. This is just my own personal recipe. I'm allergic to a lot of things, and even just regular black pepper bothers me. So this is my own recipe to where these, I love black beans, but I don't want them plain. So this is just my own little concoction. You can change the spices. You can up them if you want. You don't have to use 1/8 of a teaspoon, but I worked on this for a long time just for my own personal use. So this is just showing you how to can the black beans. Okay, so now that everything's all done, you want to wipe off the rim of the jar with a clean rag. You don't want to get anything stuck under the seals. You don't want to get any, red pepper particles, anything like that. And before everybody asks, I got this hand towel at Dollar Tree up in Oregon, and I haven't been able to find any more since, so in case you're wondering. And yes, I had breast cancer. So okay, so we got that, and now my seals have been boiling. You want to put the seals on, so let me get. Okay, so I got them all in the canner. I'm going to wait for the canner to get up to pressure. I'm going to do my elevation. I'm going to do 14 pounds of pressure for 75 minutes. Okay, here's the first of 24 pint jars of black beans. Pure beauty. And I always add a touch of vinegar to the pressure canner. With the water that I put in, I always put a touch of vinegar. It keeps a lot of the ash off the jars. It's like an ash kind of a deal. It's just something that's in your water, and it happens when you pressure can. So anyway, this was super easy, and hope it turns out cool for you. If you have any problems or comments, put them down in the comment section, and I'll try to get back to you. Have a cool day. Pepper Pam out.